guys, so we stayed at the Ouril Hotel Mindelo in São Vicente, Cape Verde. Here is the entrance. Now what was interesting is that the ramp was actually built into the steps. This is the entrance at night. I love the lighting. It really stood out. This is the view from the main hotel entrance, and across the road is part of Mindelo Harbour, which is the main port in Cape Verde. As you enter the lobby, you're greeted with a refreshing and relaxing display of well-placed plants and greenery. Following from a theme of different shades of green were some comfortable sofas in the lobby area and a very quiet bar which connects to the first pool. The lobby area itself was calm and did not feel overwhelming. And just off the lobby was a special toilet for both children and persons with reduced mobility. The hotel has two beautiful pools. Here is the one on the ground floor which has steps leading in but no accessibility chair. And here you have a fun glimpse of Mindelo's cultural character, a carnival costume displayed in the lobby area. And again, here you see the lobby area with those comfortable sofas right at the entrance. And another angle of the lobby area, you see those sliding doors, the reception area. I truly loved the art, the design, some information about Cape Verde. These are the steps to the restaurant Americos, which in fact isn't part of the hotel. It's part of a chain of restaurants, but the hotel has the restaurant inside. The food was delicious. Here again are the lifts to the restaurant and back down to the lobby area. Then again, we took another lift to our room. The lift itself was spacious with some lift rules. These rules were not provided for in Braille, but the rules were written out in Portuguese, English and French. Here we are entering our room, which was on the 5th floor. The bathroom, whilst beautiful and spacious, was not accessible. To note, this was not an accessible room. The hairdryer was slightly high up, but the flowers were a beautiful touch. And here you have the toilet, small and slightly low down. The shower was not step-free, but was lovely with two different shower heads, and the hanging rod was extremely high up, which is not always convenient. As you leave the bathroom, you enter the room itself. Minimalistic, clean and modern, with calming art and neutral colour tones. There was a kettle and a coffee machine with a cute wooden box filled with coffee, tea and sugar packets. A nice TV which was connected to YouTube and Netflix. Here is another angle of the room. We really appreciated the detail of the bed cover shaped as a flower, the bedside tables attached to the wall, and the bed itself was comfortable. The room also provided a double mirror wardrobe with hangers, plenty of space, drawers and a safety box and a fridge. And here you have a beautiful view from the balcony where the glass railing was made of glass. Of course, perhaps not ideal for smaller children or those scared of heights, but the view was beautiful and so calming. And here is the view during the day. Beautiful blue waters of the Mindelo port. To note, there are ferry services between Mindelo and Sant Antão. On the balcony itself was an open electricity circuit, which should be noted as a health and safety hazard. However, I'm sure the hotel would fix this issue if requested. Now here you have another room, also not accessible, a smaller bathroom, again with similar features and similar design, a smaller toilet of course, but very clean still, and this room actually connected to the room previously shown. And here you have the room, again as I mentioned, similar decor and design with beautiful art, hangers of course, and a fridge with a safety box. Pretty much similar features, again a fridge as well. It was just much smaller but very comfortable indeed, with a TV and a kettle and a telephone which was also in the other room. And here is the door that connects both rooms, which was very useful. It can be unlocked if requested. Now here is the corridor leaving the room and heading towards the lift, and as you can see there are some stairs as well. The lift was quite slow, which wasn't always convenient convenient. And as you head out onto the 6th floor, that's where the breakfast area was, and the gym. The gym had a slight step. It was very basic. There wasn't much equipment. Some of the equipment didn't work. Some of the weights were missing, and there wasn't any air conditioning on. So it was rather hot. As you can see, here's the step sort of going into the gym. Now, this is close to the breakfast area and where the second pool is. As you can see, there are steps going into the second pool. So it is not accessible, and there aren't any pool chairs. The view was spectacular. Again, as you can see, the railing is made of glass, and this is another angle of that beautiful pool, but as I mentioned, it was not accessible. And here again you see a view. The views were spectacular. I mean, that really was the highlight for us. Just the views, the scene, it was absolutely stunning. And here is a shower to use before going into the pool. Now, this is some of the seating area by the pool and some lounges. The pool is right next to the breakfast dining area, which you'll see in a moment. And here are some calming lounges. It wasn't busy, but it was very small. And here you see the breakfast area. Again, very small. The corridors were rather narrow. It felt slightly crammed. And this is the area just outside the breakfast area and the gym. There is an entrance from the outside going into this area. And the entrance itself only had stairs, but we didn't see anyone come through this entrance at Lounge 360, as you see there. Again, you can see the glass railings, but the view, I can't stop going on about the view. It was spectacular. Before I move on to the next part of the video, I would like to add that we did request plant-based milk and peanut butter on several mornings, and unfortunately the hotel was unable to provide that, so we bought our own supplies in shops nearby. They also didn't have any gluten-free breads and or gluten-free biscuits. Mindelo is Cape Verde's cultural capital. It can get busy, and it's important to plan ahead. The route from the hotel takes you down to Laguna Beach, apologies for my pronunciation, and continues through Mindelo's colourful streets with impressive street art and art to raise environmental issues, for example, to protect the seas and oceans. The restaurant Casa de Morna was excellent. See details below for yellow flower tips. As you explore, you discover interesting and historical shops and cafes. Everyone was so welcoming, and Mindelo is such a fun place to visit. We also stumbled upon a very well-equipped playground, perhaps one of the best I've been to. The airport in São Vicente itself was very accessible, and the special assistants were really helpful, respectful, and polite. Overall, Ouril Hotel Mindelo is a hotel with potential to become more inclusive and accessible. More training and slight modifications could make a real and welcome difference to the hotel. The hotel said that they have plans to improve accessibility and neurodivergent awareness throughout the hotel. Thank you for watching. Please read caption below for further details.